Hello, good morning. It's Tracy Daviero with your VA Mentor here with you on a very snowy um, Tuesday morning, I guess we are. Gosh, I don't even know what day of the week it is. So we got like 15 centimeters of snow last night. It's like pretty crazy out there. Snow day for all the kids. Nobody's going to school. And yeah, I wore my Snoopy shirt in honor. It's kind of a Christmas hat, but it's still snowy. That's all. So I love winter. I don't mind it at all. Of course, I work from home, so that's probably why I don't mind it terribly. I don't have to do the commute, and but anyway, I'm going to digress on that. So let's not talk about commuting when we're talking about working from home. So this is our weekly installment of our Facebook Live for tips for new VAs, and today I want to talk about your long-term vision. When I put together topics for these lives, for any of my trainings and that kind of thing, I look to the conversations that I have with people. I look to the tone of voice that they use when they talk and that type of thing. Whenever, if I know they're struggling or if I know they're a little bit off course because they're not quite sure what they should be looking towards and looking towards doing. And so I came up with this topic: what is your long-term vision? Not from the standpoint of, you're trying to build a corporation and you need to have, what do they call them? When you forecast, you need a 10-year forecast and all that kind of thing. That's not what I'm talking about at all here. What I am talking about is understanding why you are in business to begin with. So when you are getting your business started, it's very exciting. There's no question. It's often very scary, a little bit nerve-wracking because you get into a little bit of overwhelm oftentimes because there's so much to do, there's so much to learn, right? But it is exciting. It's an exciting time. You look at the possibilities. People like me tell you about the possibilities. And I'm going to adjust this again. So people like me tell you about the possibilities. I've been working from home for 22 years. So it's possible you can do it. There's no question. So, but it's important for me to always try to explain things in the simplest way I can. And so when I talk about a vision, I talk about knowing why you are doing what you're doing. What are the reasons that you are getting into business? And so for some of us, it's to replace a corporate salary. Some of it's to stay home, to be more available to our families. So sometimes it's that we have to pay for so much daycare that it's not worth it. That was actually part of mine. You have to pay for daycare that by the time you're paying for gas and lunches out or whatever else it is, and kids in daycare, you're not really bringing home that much money at the end of the day. So there's lots and lots of different reasons that people get into being an entrepreneur. You want to be able to control those things, right? You don't want to commute on a day when it's a snow day and there's 15 centimeters of snow outside and it's only November, for heaven's sakes. So there's lots of different reasons that people get into business. And so what happens is we know all of those reasons at the beginning when we get going, but then we tend to forget about them. Things get busy, we get, your momentum fades, right? And so the why, and sometimes even the why disappears. The kids are old enough, they're all in school all day. Or your husband gets a big raise or whatever. And just, so the money thing is not that big a deal, or maybe you have another opportunity that you can go and take advantage of. But so whether it's money, whether it's family, whether it's, that you don't work for people, some people stay home out of medical necessity, that kind of thing. But sometimes those things change. And so, but most often we just kind of forget about them, right? We have this drive in the beginning and we decide we need to do this for this, and this reason. And then as we start to work, whether it's that we're struggling to get our business going or struggling to grow it, or we're just struggling trying to keep up with all the client work if we're super busy, which is even a better thing. The why can disappear. And so I like to look at that as a long-term vision. And the way that I think of it is why you're doing what you're doing. And so if you flip it into what is the work that you're doing for other people and doing for yourself. So, maybe it's allowing you to, as I say, save more money, have more time because you're not commuting. Maybe it's helping your clients to get more clients, and maybe you can go on vacation more often, or maybe you can buy things, maybe you can pay off your mortgage faster, whatever it is. So there's lots of different reasons. And so I challenge you to look at those things. Why are you doing what you're doing? What is the work that you are doing with your VA clients? What is that allowing you or other people, whether that's your clients, your family, whatever, what is that allowing other people to have and to do? And does that give you more drive? Maybe a year in or 6 months in, whenever things are really challenging, what is, holding on to that long-term vision is really important. So looking at what am I doing today and how is that going to get me to what it is that I want to do? It's inspiring, I think, to think of things in the grander scale, in the bigger picture. And like I say, it's not about focusing on revenue and revenue forecasting and how many clients I'm going to have and that kind of thing. But it buoys you, right? It sort of props you up whenever you are looking for clients. Say if you're doing a lot of networking and you're coming up a little bit dry. What is the thing that's going to push you to have more business conversations, to go to more events, to talk to more people, or to reach out to somebody like me for support or your colleagues for support whenever things are getting difficult for you? What is the thing? It's not about just sitting back and being on your own and saying, this is really hard, I'm not going to be able to do this, or just not even saying anything at all, just kind of sitting and waiting for the clients to come to you. What is the thing that's going to push you that little extra? And if it's not that, your kids are going to have to come out of daycare, or your kids are going, whatever it is, your kids aren't going to be in school for another couple of years. And so you really want to be able to, contribute to the household like that. That's what's really important. So you have to think about what it is that's important for you. I'd love for you to comment for those of you who are listening on the replay or live on the call. I'd love to hear you comment on what it is that made you get started in your business, or made you really think about getting started in your business, because sometimes by the time we get started, we've forgotten already. Or what is that long-term vision? What do you want to be able to do? What is it that you're trying to achieve? And how is your business going to get you there? So I hope that helps. I always look to talk about things that are relevant to VAs in these Facebook Lives. And I really like this topic. I think it's an important one to talk about, because I think that working by ourselves and working alone all the time is really challenging, because we find that we don't talk to people. I'll go sometimes all day, I'll just talk to you guys, right? And you're not talking back to me. So it's very common to stuff all the feelings down, and whether you're struggling or whether you're just, like I say, in overwhelm because you do have a couple of clients and you're just trying to get things done and no time for marketing, whatever it is, you have to think about the big picture and say, okay, what is it that I want to build with this business, and why is that so important, and how can I bring some good habits and routines into my business every day to figure out how to meet that long-term vision and meet that goal. So thanks very much. I hope you enjoy your week, and we'll see you here next Tuesday.